Hello there, welcome to 40 Lessons in 40 Years. My name is Boluwatife David. People call me Mr. Focus and I am the People's Coach. Lesson 24. There is something called the law of attraction and it still works up to today. I'm sure that if you're a student of personal development, you must have heard about the law of attraction before. And the biggest proponent of this principle of this theory is Bob Proctor. Now, earlier in my years as a young guy, I had the opportunity of watching the video that this guy created, and I realized that if I stay long enough on something, I have the capacity of bringing it to life. It's sort of understanding the principle of visualization, the principle of meditation, and how to use these things create the results that you wanted in your life. So guess what? In 2015, I decided to experiment with this principle. After I finished coaching about 20 people using the principles of focus, I decided that I was going to convert the content that I use for this coaching into a book. But I had two problems. Number one, my relationship or my network was very limited. And number two, I did not have the money to produce the book that I wanted to produce. But guess what? I had a powerful vision of what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to produce 1,000 copies of the book and I wanted to also sell 1,000 copies of the book. So I started imagining myself producing the book. I had a pictorial representation of a room filled with people, every one of them holding the focus book. And I started picturing getting feedback from people that have read the book. Now, every time I open my mouth to talk to people about, oh, I'm going to produce 1,000 copies of my book and it's going to sell in 1 month, people will look at me and say, are you crazy? People don't even read book that much. But guess what? This picture was so palpable in my mind that I can never shake it up. So I move around town, I talk to anybody that cares to listen, oh, I'm going to produce 1,000 copies of my book and I'm going to sell the 1,000 copies in 1 month. One day I went for a meeting with a friend, and I was talking about this book that I'm going to produce with some other friends that are not so close to me. And guess what? In that moment, one of them said, Olu, you are so convinced about the fact that this book is going to sell. I said, yes, I am too convinced. He said to me, if I give you the money to produce this book, how long will it take you to return it? And I said, if you give me the money today, I'm going to spend 2 weeks producing the book. And in 3 weeks after I finish producing the book, I am going to return the money to you. The guy advanced me the money. I produced a focus book. And guess what? I sold 857 copies of that book in 1 month. Everybody around me felt it was like a magic, but I knew that I only leveraged the principle of the law of attraction. Now, the law of attraction is simply a principle that says that as human beings, we are like magnets, or better still, as human beings, we release a particular kind of energy into our environment, and the energy that we release is potent enough to bring to us the things that we are thinking about or the things that we desire to have in our lives. The challenge is that majority of the time, people's thoughts are not focused on the things that they want to create. Rather, their thoughts are focused on the things that they don't want to see in their lives. And guess what? The law of attraction is also working for them because they keep attracting the very opposite of the things that they want in their life. So if you really want to leverage this principle today, the first thing you need to do is to create a pictorial representation of the things that you want in your life. Begin to look at them, until they begin to create a positive emotional state in you, even though you don't have them yet. Such that every time you open your mouth to talk about the things that you want, we can see the positive energy, we can see the joy on your face, we can see the excitement. And guess what? By the time you sustain this state consistently for a while, you begin to see that the universe will would begin to connive together. The universe will begin to conspire to bring the things that you want your way. My question to you today is, when you take time to audit your thoughts, are you thinking more about the things that you want, or you are thinking more about the things that you don't want? If you notice that you are thinking more about the things that you don't want, the law of attraction will bring them into your life. But if you find a way to ensure that you are thinking more about the things that you want, the same principles of the law of attraction will bring them into your life. To create the future that you desire, focus your attention more on the things that you want, and within a very short period of time, it will begin to happen.